Okay, now what's wrong? Fuck. You know, I can't see. My mind's gone. What is wrong with my fucking glasses? I got a pen in the mail yesterday. It's right here. It's making me smile. The rest of my life is making me frown. I tried to sign into Social Security. You think that they would make it easy? No. And you try to call them on the phone, and there's no one there to answer your questions. We're experiencing a high. Well, then hire people. What is wrong with you people? Hire more people. You know, how difficult. You've got a lot of customers waiting in line. Open another cash register. Don't stock the shelves. Don't walk around asking if you can help someone. Open another goddamn register. Don't get me started. Just relax, beer. So anyway, I went online, tried to sign on, and now they're saying that there's no that I don't exist. They sent me an email, Social Security, to my email address. I signed up using my email, and I said, forgot username or something, email. There's no record of your email in our system. Well, you just sent me an email yesterday, people. So now I have to probably talk to a human. Now, when is there ever a human that you can actually talk to? On the website, they say they're open at 5 in the morning on Saturdays. Today's Saturday at 5 o'clock exactly. I called, and after listening to like 4 minutes of recorded messages about doing this, that, and the other thing, then it said, our offices are now closed. Well, fix the fucking website. Don't, you know, we are not open ever. Their website, there's a picture of a little happy couple. Here's the screen. The screen on my computer screen is, let's say, this big. And it has, menu items up here that don't work. It has a big picture of a person and another person and a little baby, or I don't know, something like they're trying to sell me towels at, as advertisement in a magazine, a glossy magazine. No, I want to sign up. It should just say sign up here, click. Sign in here, click. That's all. Social Security, if you could have big eagles and banners and, today is the first day of the rest of your life, something up here at the top, and just very simple. I shouldn't have to scroll anywhere to sign in, right? I shouldn't have a drop down menu to sign in. It should have a little button right there. Click. Right? I went to the dentist yesterday. That was another experience. Speaking of dentists, this section is a little loose, and whenever I write with a pen that has a slightly loose section, I think of loose teeth and that it's going to fall right out. And there's no crack or anything. It's just, you know, plastic shrinks or does something in 50 years. Let me tell you about shrinkage. Right in the gutter, Pierre Gustafson. So normally what a pen repairman does is add just a little tiny bit of surface onto the thing here to make it be tight. Sometimes it's a piece of tape, sometimes it's a little piece of paper, sometimes it's maybe a little layer of shellac, dried shellac, just to make it be secure, tight. So one of the things I have to do today is go and buy some shellac. I know I have a gallon of it here somewhere in my house, but do you think I can find it? No. So I have to go buy some more new shellac, which I will do later. There's a pen collector friend of mine who used to work for Social Security. Maybe I can call him up, ask him how to get in there. My fear is, well, a fear is, I talked to an actual humanoid yesterday, and you know, I gave them my information and they typed it all in, I presume, and sent me a text message on my phone with the security code to get into the site. And they could have, in their typing, could have typed something wrong. You know, I can't see what they're typing. I can't, you know, see what they're reading off to me. And if they typed something wrong, and now my social security number is connected with something that's randomly typed, PEIR, not PIER, for example, you know, am I screwed for the rest of my life or what? Does it mean I don't have to pay taxes? That would be nice if I fall off the grid that way. You want me to pay taxes? Get with the program. What does this do? Effextinol, is this your pile? One of your piles. I've got like 20 pens for Effextinol. I also tried to sign in to be able to send print packages and send packages by the United States Postal Service. So I sign in using my address, you know, fill out the form. We can't find your address. Could it be one of these? And it lists other people in my building, and it found them and was able to register them okay. And the reason was I didn't say APT B352, I just said B352. But I was supposed to say apt 35. Does it tell me to do that? When I did it, it worked. But does it say to include that on the form you're filling out? No. Do I own an apartment? No. I own a condo. So apartment is incorrect in the first place. So again, they can get with the goddamn program. What am I doing with this pen other than making a mess? My chest is like constricted. Everything around me is against me. such a weird little pen, this little Waterman Corinth or Garland or whatever they called this one. This fishnet stocking thing. I have a few of them in my collection. As you can see, I've got 2 of these, which means I can sell one of them. Would you like to buy one of these? I sold one of them at the pen show. In black. Now I have one in red, an extra one in red. I just need to put a sack on it. So another thing what I'm trying to do is the man that bought this pen, AFX Technol, wants this nib in a thinner barrel, and I don't see how that's even possible. How can this be in a thinner barrel? It's not possible. Is it? How much will what cost? Oh, that pen. If I can get it working, maybe 65 bucks. Has a lovely semi-flexible nib. Where's my ink? Send me an email. Pen from the 50s. Here's a lovely little Moore. It was in a drawer with a nib, and I was wondering why it wasn't out here being in my for sale bin. And it has beautiful flexible nib in it, but there's a crack in the cap. I mean, the plastic is deteriorating, but it may have, that doesn't affect how the pen writes at all. And from generally, as most people know, I sell pens from the section down. The nib is the important part, and I've got clients that don't really care about cosmetic issues and are more than happy to get a working pen for less money than so here's the same pen in a same size pen, same company, in a hard rubber pen. You've got a big hand. Do you have any vintage fountain pens now, Irish guy? Big big pens, like big houses and big cars and big everything, cost more money. And if there's a way where you can learn to write with a thinner pen, you can buy them less expensively. Look at this one, how far back the lever is. Like someone was asleep at the drill press. What size, what is the vintage pen that you have that feels best in your hand, your big hand? Or are they all too small? Most modern pens, most vintage pens, standard size vintage pens seem smaller than modern pens. Here's a modern pen, for example. It's very big compared to and very heavy compared to vintage pens. Like a big red Duofold. Okay. Well, a senior sized Schaefer or Waterman or Parker big red sized pen is going to be at least $100. There's no, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with a $100 pen. I have many in my collection that I've spent many more hundreds of dollars on than that. But the pens that I generally sell are the standard size or the smaller size, so that the people that I sell pens to, the users, the calligraphers and the artists of the world, don't have to spend so much money on a pen just have it be bigger. A bigger pen doesn't write any better. It may feel better in your hand, but a large sized pen automatically is going to cost more money. Here's a Waterman 56, for example. Let me just see how this is compared to that. See, this is even bigger than a 56, this modern pen. Well, part of it's bigger, I don't know. And a 56 is a pretty big pen. This is about the size of a senior Parker. Is Irish guy still with us? Is this a 6 or a 5? 6, 5. Okay. Is there a way I can actually see what I'm doing here? 56. So anyway, a large size pen, you would want a Waterman 55 or 6, a senior sized Schaefer or Parker, senior sized Conklin Endura, and those are all the great pens. They're just expensive, and they're not, this you would find very small, probably. But a 56, this number 6 sized pen, does not write any better than a 2. And you could probably buy 5 of these for the price of 1 of these. And if you like pens that have different kinds of nibs, buying 5 smaller pens with remarkably different nibs would be always a better option, I think. More fun. Waterman's, no, this one is not. I mean, again, full flex is, there's so much variety in how one describes a pen nib. And when people say full flex, let's imagine the perfect pen goes from, I don't know, 0 to 10. You know, very, very fine to very, very flexible. That would be, I guess that would be full flex. And I don't even know whether that's an ideal pen, I guess. Here's a Franken pen that I fixed for someone, which is, I would call this relatively full flex, but it's not as fine as some pens can be. So this goes from, let's say, 1 to 10, or maybe 2 to 10. But if you wanted to go from 0 to 10, that's fuck. I just was wiping the nib off of this and the nib came right out of the pen. Yeah, it's really hard to say, Irish guy. I know there are people that have micrometers and they can say it goes from this to whatever, and that's might be a better way to do it. I should invest in a micrometer. I do have one. Where did I put it? What's wrong with me? Well, they could make a wet noodle and it would last about a minute and a half before it would break. And even if they resurrected the machinery and the man, presumably it was a man, that made these in 1910, if they somehow thawed him out and put him in a workbench and had him make pens, a pen company probably wouldn't want that product, because if it goes to a store and I sell it to someone over the counter that's never ever used a fountain pen before, they would find it would do two things. It would drop ink everywhere if you shook your hand, and people don't know how to use a pen, so they'll move their hand around and drip ink everywhere all over their suit. And they would press down too hard and they'd break it. And then they'd return it, and the company would say, okay, we're never going to sell any more of these. So now if there was a pen store that offered a class in how to use a pen, and you had to sign a waiver and take a class before you were able to actually buy this pen, then maybe they could do that. But it's really asking a lot. of a clerk that they hire for minimum wage to understand what they're talking about. Well, let me see if I can find my calipers. Just a minute. Bring them over here and forgot that I brought them over here. No. Well, they could do that. Yes, they could have warning signs and, don't shake your hand, don't do this, don't do that. Um, I don't know. They could maybe. The reason they maybe don't do it now is they would be so expensive to make if they found trained workmen or women to create these things. They might sell for $1,000. And I don't know. Let me see if I can find that caliper again. I can't find it. Unable to find it. So Irish guy, are you in Ireland? Or are you in the USA? Somewhere. Maybe he's gone away. Okay, Pierre, what are you doing? FX Technol, are you still there? Irish guy is gone away, I think. Okay, come on, Pierre. Now what's wrong? I think what I'm going to do is wash my hands. Oh. I think I'm going to go and I'm going to try to find that caliper. And I'm going to try to clear off my desk, my drawing desk. All of my surfaces are covered with shit. And I'm just going to see if I can clean one area up. So I'll see you all later.